This rivalry has been brewing for a long time, and it spills over tonight at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be
Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990, he fought Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 174 wins in his 201 fights. A welterweight champion of the world, a 5-time middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Robinson. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Todd, I love this place. The atmosphere is second to none. If you get the right fights, you've got fun all night.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. Nobody home with that hook. That uppercut does not score. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. No rest for the weary. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
The action is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. He threw a punch and just got countered. The courage on display here is incredible. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. These punches coming from every angle. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope...
And there's the bell to start round 2. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
These two were made for each other. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They're both trying for a knockout. So much firepower here. When you've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class, it sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. Nice counter shot. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. The straight right just misses. Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Looking to land the hook. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. They got the momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance with...
On to the third. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Good counter punching. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. That uppercut misses. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Both men step back for just a moment. perfect counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
That jab misses. How about that time counter shot? Is he going to punch himself out, though? Those counter punches have to hurt. That left hook missed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this far.
I love that. I love that. That jab slick.
There's the bell for round 4. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. That right uppercut misses. Back and forth they go. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
There's a counter shot. Parries that jab away. These two fighters are made for one another. Just missed with that hook. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A perfect counter lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then Put the pressure on.
Do you believe this? Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Just missed with that hook. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their...
Switch back on. Get
There's the bell for round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get them close.
His stamina is off the charts. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
Get your mind back, get focused.
There's the bell to start round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Nice counter shot. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Just missed with that jab. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter shot lands. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamorous is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Beautiful counter punch. It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Now it's a tougher fight. He's got to be confident.
And we enter the 8th round. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
That counter punch caught him clean. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little favour to pickpocket them.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Missing with the left uppercut. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Sugar Ray is down. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four. Come to me.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then he'll try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart. Smart, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.